Yeah, both will be doubtful for tomorrow, both making improvements, but not to the point where we're even considering them being in the lineup tomorrow. So Smith says he's dealing with a back issue, and Cody's got an upper body issue, and they are making progress, but really can't give you much more than that. You know, we're definitely hopeful that they'll be ready by the end of the week. You know, Thursday would be a possibility, but they are definitely doubtful for tomorrow. Well, I'd like to see us continuing to improve. I want to see us just take steps in our competitiveness and in playing the way that we need to be successful. I thought we did a real good job in Edmonton. I thought that was a complete game. We limited scoring chances, which is something that we haven't been always successful at, but that was a really good game for us. We limited the number of scoring chances that Edmonton got. We outchanced Edmonton in the game, and there has been a lot of nights where we've outchanced a team. So if we can put that process and that formula into our play during the homestand, then obviously that's the best way that we could have for a recipe to try and be successful. I think for the most part, though, it is making sure that guys are understanding exactly how they need to play, how we need to support the puck coming out of our zone, the speed that we want to play with, the support that we need to play with in the offensive zone, the ability to create and the freedom maybe to be creative in the offensive zone once you've done all those other things. So it is a process, and we're hoping to really hone in on our process and make sure that the process becomes a formula, and the formula has a chance to make you successful. I think he's taking more ownership of just his own play. One of the things that we've been working with Brady on is in fact in his offensive play, we want to see him be, you know, assertive. He certainly plays with a very robust style, and he takes pucks to the net. And he's a good shooter, and he does those things almost naturally. But now we're trying to get him to really understand why he's successful in the offensive zone. I think if you look at it simply, it's the formula of how many shots you get. If you look at the top scorers in the league, they're all the top shooters. And, you know, I think one of the goals that we've had for Brady is, you know, to become the leading rookie shooter in the league. And he is the leading rookie shooter in the league. And again, understanding that you are a great option for us. And I thought, you know, you look at the 2-on-1 in overtime. I mean, he very easily could have been unselfish there and tried to make a pass, but I thought he really lined it up, and he found a way to overpower the goaltender. And we've wanted him to be more like that. He's a great option for us offensively, and we want him to understand that he's a great option for us offensively. That carries on even into more maturity sorts of things, and we're starting to see that from him. Like, he picks his spots a little bit better, where before at the start of the year it was all Brady going after people, and it was all Brady being forceful. It was all Brady maybe trying to prove himself, and he's still trying to do that, but I think my belief is that he's picking his spots a little bit better. And with that, he understands how important he is to us, too. And it is tough for a 19-year-old kid to be able to have to sit there and say, no, I'm better to stay and keep my focus and not just play with brawn here. I better play intelligently, because, you know, I'm going to be called upon to to play 8 minutes in the third period, the way that he was in the last game. And those are the types of maturity things that we're hoping to continue on with Brady. And he's had a really good year, and I like how he's picked up his play of late. Really since the changes have been made here, and I mean the changes in personnel. When we were leaning on those top players before the trades, I think Brady viewed himself as a secondary player. Now he is starting to view himself as the primary player and as one of the primary guys. Well, I think there's two things to that. Yeah, I think they're all very thankful for playing with any players that give you encouragement, that help you learn, that help you progress. I always remember Pat Quinn told me when I was a young coach, he says players learn best from veteran players, and he's absolutely right about that. So I think that definitely was the case for both Colin and for Brady. But at the same time, now recognizing again that there's also other good people in our room that are helping them, whether it's Boro or Pager or Smitty or all those types of people, but also recognizing that I'm a good player too, and I've got to take responsibility, and he's definitely done that, and I think that speaks volumes to where he is and how his character has been developed, throughout his hockey career. And I think that lot, the national development team, responsibility that he had there, just you go back to all the coaches maybe he's had, certainly his parents are a big part in developing that character. Probably even his brother is a part of that, looking up to his brother and, having to try and get his game to a level that complements that's seen as similar to his brother. He hasn't had to look very far for role models, let's say that, with both his brother and his dad. I think anytime you strengthen your organization, it's always good. Whether you add depth players, that always helps. On our coaching staff, we've added Chris Kelly. That's been a big help. So we've added some depth in the coaching staff. So, yeah, I think anytime you can get quality hockey people in your organization, and no matter what facet it is, it's always positive. I'm not a part of what it is you're talking about, but generally speaking, yeah, you add people in any organization, you always strengthen it, and that's the goal of every organization, is to be as good as you possibly can and just keep bringing in people that bring some freshness to your organization. Well, I think you're seeing that our guys are continuing to grow, and yeah, other guys have taken steps upon themselves to be more vociferous in the locker room, and to add the element of teaching to their repertoire, where maybe they sat back and they let other people's do that. I've got a great sense now of the guys in the room who are really taking steps forward. I think we're starting to see Boro really take a big step, Smith take a big step, Peugeot, who's not really a talkative guy, but he's recognized that, yeah, I have to be more. So he's doing it. I think DeMello's doing it. In a small way, Cody Cece's doing it. And, everybody's going to continue to try and keep improving. And much to your question, I'm sure that the organization will always continue to try to add quality people to the group, and those are the elements that you're looking for. You want people who can not only help you become a better team, but you want people that can help younger players get better. Again, having as many people that have those qualities at your disposal is always the best way. Yeah, we're going to go with Craig Anderson tomorrow. He played well, got his win in Edmonton, and we're hoping that he gets on a little bit of a roll.